to end the campaign. They're going to be kicking from to left in this first half. It's kicked off and played the ball back to Ainsley Morris. The fixture lightly footed. We've seen that then channel. Then he forward by Northern Ireland. Top the pack once more by Luxembourg. Flattening out to the right-hand side of their defence. Out on the far side is going to be a throw to Luxembourg. Played it all the way back to goalkeeper Morris once more. It's got Monia hands out to his left-hand side, but he's come to the edge of the penalty area. Turned it to his west. Seeing Dirk Carlsey. One ball forward now. Didn't win the header properly. He's playing out to this left-hand side. There is Darderi with the back heel. Northern Ireland anxious for a moment at the back there. Bringing the ball clear. Up towards the halfway line. Lost it now. And Bradley conceded possession. Schubert went John to it once more on the halfway line. Just go wide. That's to NC Boris. The mill up to the down. Touches it off to side Poret. Poret exchanges passes with Walvin Martins. Again, they go back to goalkeeper Morris, who's not side of his area. Now it does come to the RedLions on this near side. Derry is to Carlson. Allison. It's now to Policy. So once more. This left his Yads is on this mere touchline. Being Luxembourg blessed. Yads sit up on Spore. Again, back to Morris, who's more touches he'll hold in this first 2 minutes than anybody else on the field. I would imagine he's expecting to be fairly busy tonight on his 79th international appearance. Looks the ball here of Luxembourg. So will come Northern Ireland into the Luxembourg path. Itself is near side for a throw. O'Neill ready in his technical area. Straight with the need before the game to sit strongly. Get to 9 points. They're going to make a good record there, Northern Ireland. See, to Germany last time out here was their first in 8 matches on home soil, and they've won 6 of those. So it's an impressive home record. Wizard South on it. Never thrown to Northern Ireland. Assisted by coach Dan Fewent against the movement. So very. He come Northern Ireland once more. Colin Bradley trying to make progress down the right hand side. And then what to ground and flip it given. He's actually facing it and he's early. The next referee spots that. He managed to go and get some treatment because and the guy on his shirt was he's played forward into the left hand channel. Donnelly gives chase. It's playing up in the foul semi-through throw to Northern Ireland. Already taken and trying to make progress down that left hand side. Ventry crowded out. Luxembourg get a chance to clear from their right back position, but they lost it. Chance for a cross here for Northern Ireland. Walked out for a corner kick by side Porak, but was a bit persistent by Northern Ireland. Isaac Price did into the white line and seemed to get the cross in. 10 goals in his previous 27 internationals for Isaac Price. One of the things of this team. He comes a corner from the left. And away at the near post, surely by Porat. Comes back to the cooler taker though. Galbraith the ball back in again, and he does so towards the back post, and it down to finish behind for a corner. That was good from Galbraith. Really big bomb to the back stick. They were closing in now. Paddy Nair it was at the far stick. He did it back across the goal. He was looking for somebody to tap it in the 6-yard box. Send it up back to put it behind. So it'll be Donnelly from this right-hand side now with another corner for Northern Ireland. There it comes into the belting pot. There's a thinner up where he lands, not very far. And that shot is screwed wide. Seeked by Bradley. And it's out for a goal kick. It's a good delivery again by Donnelly. Jans, he's better didn't have an answer on it. It dropped to Bradley on the edge of the box, but he tried to chest it down in front of himself and never really got it under control. And sliced the shot high into the crowd. But a bright start for Northern Ireland of the corners. And it wins the part. There'll be a phone call tonight on should you know it in Northern Ireland. Well, he spoke with Paul Hazard and he could deal with it very well. He saw his feet out. Eventually he's had to put it out over the far touchline for a throw to Luxembourg, almost level with the 18-yard box. Wasn't the greatest from them. He caught Farrell and made a mistake on Friday night's the goal, coming for the corner and missing it completely. I don't know whether that's what's given Hazard his chance, but needs to do better than that. Dude's on the edge of the box, shot comes in, but it's into the hands of Hazard, and anyway the whistle had gone for a foul. Borat is about to got the shot in. He was actually the nowest man to sport to Luxembourg in a win, and they beat Sweden in a friendly back in March. They scored the only goal of the game. Hazard with Binya. If you not, fight back to him. The Condrill. Some pit tennis at the centre of the pitch. Frank back to there's it once more by Bradley Lyons. Hazard kicks long. To it is Donnelly. For Falsey. It's played back to Hazard once more, and he again kicks long into this right-hand channel. Jans comes across and hits it out over the near side touchline for a throw. Thrown down by the dugouts, which Bradley is going to take. And does so. Gives it to Rory of the Conville. It's in the centre of the ditch now for Northern Ireland. Jeremy McFonnell went into that ball. Fabianson in left-hand channel, headed out for a throw by Porrid. Throw taken quickly. Shots for a shot on the turn here. It's a good shot too. The plenty behind it. It's first save of the night really from Anthony Morris. It's shot on the left volley. Well struck by Isaac Price. He still keeps at the bottom corner in their post. Morris was in that to it. This is the first time he showed up brightly in his first 8.5 minutes. Or as Price. Remains 0-0. Jans gets the move still despite a missed kick. Dardaneri plays it over that halfway line. And Northern Ireland with big eyes for a foul. By McNair on Sanani. But he's been it over backwards. Right in the base of his shirt. So it's a free kick to then like the centre circle. Sort of it. A little bit to the left. Well, Olivier Till appears to be going to take it. Then he made the run into the left-hand channel to receive it. And we went to play it back to the free kick taker, who was Sanani. And Northern Ireland finished the ball. There's Donnelly striding forward over the halfway line. Well supported. Cross comes in from Galbraith. It's not down. Nothing but a kill. Chance for a shot. Ballooned over the bar. Well, Isaac Price, lovely little back heel. I thought he would shoot himself, but he opted not to. keeled the ball into the path of a teammate. Jabel Lewis made a bit of a mess of that, in all fairness. Ran onto it, but wedged it over the top of the bar. We'll finish that. And it's scrapped it just over here for Janelle Lewis, former Newcastle man. He changes park in the summer to join Preston in free transfer. Is held on its near side once more. A throw in to Northern Ireland, which Bradley will take. He's about 10 yards inside his own bath. Well, he won't be by the time he throws it in, because he's creeping up the line. Throws it forward. They'll get over the touchline. So a throw by Carlson. Spirits international team in it. 69 fetched. He's only the 6th most kept Luxembourg player on the seals. Apparently straight into the left-hand channel again, and it's seized by Troyes, who's got to the byline but can't sort his feet out. Went to play the ball backwards and kicked it against his other foot, and it's out over the dead ball line for a goal fitted. Of course, showing up well in these early minutes. It is very well regarded, the 22-year-old midfielder, 28th step tonight, 17 years with Everton. So he's a Belgian who was steady at the age. Male with West Brom, generally this year. Didn't punch a threat, but he one flies for Northern Ireland for his maternal grandmother. It's outside, throw to Northern Ireland. And way back to Hazard. Hazard was out to his left, had it there. But it looks like it there, but only onto the net of Martins. There he tried to take it in, didn't do so. Somehow, bits of their back line once more. Henry's Northern Jans. There is shrugged off it though by Bradley. And comes well to regain the ball. The pass gets back to his goalkeeper, but he's given some hurry up. Only way out over this near side touchline for a throw. Big pressure from Northern Ireland. It's Delbrace. Let's war on this near side, the Northern Ireland right-hand side. American Lions thought he was fouled before he said no. Darderi attempted to run it clear. And it will be a foul. One. Sail on Leandro Barrero. The referee didn't give that one away. Barrero's a bit mystified by that. But yeah, Benfica man. It's his foe to Luxembourg on this near side. Jens took it. Tried to move forward over the halfway line. It's still a nail by Jens over his net, but Emilia just into the Bernardo Spanos. Now for a throw on this here touchline. So from O'Neill, then the 1-9 dugout. Not thrown in. Brady picks it up once more, pokes it further up the line. First comes Carlson, out for a throw. To Northern Ireland. 16 yards inside the Luxembourg half, so this near side there right. Corner Brady throws it in, gets it back. Some wood that initially come off, but Bob Murley recycling it, had him there. Who's Kieran Brown, running forward into the left-hand channel. Tries it in, chasing, but that's good play by the defender Marvin Martins. All away. Luxembourg's given away around the halfway line. Northern Ireland have it once more. Mafonville. There is Kieran Brown. Brown again up left-hand channel, but only signs Corret. Some straight passes being played. in these early minutes of this match. No goals to speak of as we tick to the quarter hour mark. Sheffield was twice through the only shot on target in the match so far. He's winning up defence. It's Ollison. This ball, so the far side was claimed his man. It was claimed Christopher Martins, who makes out for thrown to Northern Ireland. To Ledal Peter. One of Hazard. He's in it. That's the tip this time. Was the bit of Galbraith over the halfway line. Dobiny got a head to it as well. So it tucked by Bradley on this near side. He plays the ball in field. Galbraith again. Really is being busy early on these Galbraith. Wasp, if you might say. It's Kieran Brown. Turns away from nearest player to put pressure on him. One line and worth it to the right. He's Bradley. Towards the centre circle. Brown on the floor. The far side. Set up again. Let's get inside to Paddy there. That's a raking pass from McNair. A good one. Galbraith on the right hand side. Plays it across. Here's a chance for Northern Ireland. 1-0. That's a lovely, lovely goal from Northern Ireland. Stuck away by Donnelly. There's the flag got up against him, I wonder. Where he doesn't seem to be celebrating to any great degree. Well, I think the initial pass to Galbraith fell Galbraith offside. So I think the cheers are going to stick in Northern Irish throats. I don't think it's going to kill. It's a shame because it was a lovely move. It's a raking pass from Paddy McNair. And Galbraith crossed it first time. He's swept in by Donnelly. But it's not going to kill because Galbraith had gone too early. That's a shame from Northern Ireland's point of view. Because that was a lovely piece of football. And it's Dolman out reward. Morris with a long ball forward for Luxembourg. Headed on. It's seen away, out of danger. With Northern Ireland. It was Kieran Brown and the cover. Kieran Brown is might be a commentator tonight, a Thinnenden boy. What wrong? Birth up and made it all. And there's a Maitland regional reporter. I had the privilege of reporting that the Indian history both at Bedfont, Lakeside, and then Dominic Wildstone, now of the National League of course, but time as the Ishmael Premier, as it was said. So lovely to see a player go from Lunley to international signal. And else, if you like it, of course, going around. Yes, the tail surely on the no line of those. Well, again, referee Tover has let that one go. To Northern Ireland play all the way back to Hazard. Brown was on the just outside his box. Christopher Martins, who is all over enthusiastic with the challenge. So, free kick just outside the D. Hazard is waving his teammates forward. Because he will keep this one long. He slips as he keeps it. Still goes over the halfway line. Some bit of the hit tennis competition. And Galbraith emerges with the ball. Gets it to Bradley. Galbraith does on the overlap, but Bradley puts it in the box. It's fitted away, number 3. Northern Ireland player out to the left-hand side, but there's too much on that for Price to retreat it. It's moved in front, touchline for a throw to Luxembourg. A loose throw. But he managed to clear it as far as the halfway line. From Spade. Half for it, dealing with He's to goalkeeper Morris. Morris to Kelsey. Personal to Jens. Warren Jens, the most kept Luxembourg player of all time. It's his 120th cap tonight. Great players in this team. And quite 70 talent in Luxembourg. So many of their players made play at top level, both European football, but they're certainly experienced as an international unit. Darderi makes a run in field. Sort of deflection, gets the ball back again, Darderi, and he's not afraid to have a go. It's a shot that lacks fizz. It's a comfortable one, so Connor has it, but it kills the shot and start it. What to do? Yet they have 5 players with 70 caps or more. Flangshu, who's playing his 69th international tonight, so I'm going to say 6 players with 70 caps or more. And that's an awful lot. Here's one of them, Anthony Morris, who veers over the halfway line, left-footed. It's up by Marvin Martins and goes Christopher Martins. He swings the ball out to this left touchline, and here is Jans. It's well advanced. It's a turn away for the defender to Fansu. Absolute thing with his subs around his ankles. Thinking that the commentator previously know that. That's why I'm thinking is it one of the plates really. Not as trained with socks around their ankles. But it makes you better footballer if you play with your socks pinned up, but to me it just looks untied, some more fashioned. Anyway, give come Northern Ireland. Use Galbraith on this right hand side. Chipped up in field. Bradley. Speed booth from Bradley to it. It's the counter Galbraith on this touchline. He's been forced away from goal by Jennings. Back from that way now to the halfway line. Moving on with Honey McNear. There forward, a lead back deal which went awry. Northern Ireland. Forrest who cleared to the halfway line. So Tom, business for Martins. One is into Stumblers. Hoops to the referee as if he was fouled, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to blow up for much, and he lets the game go once more. From the ball, front of the Ravi, running in field, and it's the halfway line. It's Dunley, trying to technical on the pressure, and pushed over. In fact, for it, probably free kick to Northern Ireland just inside their own balls. It's too much get on with pressure with the left arm there by Smith for it. Bradley from West in the centre spot. So he's away from the defender, but plays a pass. And played forward by Luxembourg. They've got men running a third. And there's a chance for Martins. He's in the end. That's a good save by Bradley. But by Hazard, and it's Toy under the far touchline. In fact, he's not got out of play. It stayed in. That was a big chance. Big chance for Christopher Martins. Huge opportunity played through. He was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He could see the whites of Hazard's eyes. But he didn't find the net. And that may prove very costly come the final reckoning of this match. It's just the best chance of the game by a long shot. Darderi plays it back to Jans. Now here's Carlson. It's a warning shot for Northern Ireland. They weren't alive to that. I think it was Olivier Tingle who it made the run to feed it through into Christopher Martin's path, but hasn't been very alert to that. Really well to allow him. What a shot away. Throw in from Marvin Martins now, headed away by Northern Ireland. You'll not be able to catch Luxembourg on the penalty here with Paula Bradley. Three others forward for the line edge play through, but just in front of Donnelly. And Bobby Martins, who took the throw at the other end, has recovered the highlight from the sails to put out for a corner. That's really good covering by Martin Martins, because he was way out the other end of the field, taking that throw from which the counter attack was launched. It's a very, very good recovery run by him. So third corner of the night for Northern Ireland. Smoke from the right. 25 minutes played, 0-0. It comes into the area, headed away. Not very far that they can complete it. It's now at the ends. He is it way up the outside of his right foot. So, Fantoum Jabal Lewis, who is playing his last man at that corner. It's played to be square. Team Jamie McConnell. Behind the ball is bed. On the Irish back line as they've covered their positions. Giving your ball back to Hazard. Hazard can knock it low. The halfway line. One of their things in Luxembourg possession, and they have a sense that Luxembourg is getting more and more confident here. Tail with both forward is another chance. Christopher Martins played it back to the edge of the area. While the players missed his shot, comes in, it flashes wide. Wow, that was a good try of all this, and I don't think that missed by much. Martins was under pressure. Waited to be worked into involvement between Leighton. Spun an air shot at it. That was Sinoni. And then it came to Allison just outside the box. He tried to bend it in the far corner. As it didn't know it was going away, he was throwing it in away to his right. In the end, it's probably, 2 feet wide of the post. 2 big chances for Luxembourg. Who really got into this game now. Looking more and more confident. Northern Ireland had a few moments, but on the whole looking a little stretchy. That was really, would seem the third chance for Christopher Martins. It's actually played in by Sinani. It's the left hand of Hazard that you've been away. But Luxembourg may well have taken the lead over these last 2 or 3 minutes. One, and don't forget about a goal chalked off offside. Some left shot from Donnelly. Forrest did more race early on. Luxembourg looking much stronger at the moment. Well, that's too short for Jens, though. Gives Northern Ireland the chance to break out. And Luxembourg a bit of sail to bring that attack to an end. Very Barrera brings down Colin Bradley. Fish through to the halfway line. Nuttleton for Barrera. Free kick is taken. Back to Grady. It's just over the halfway line now. That's the best of passes, and that does enough to shield against the Galbraith. To go into the down just thrown to Luxembourg. Almost midway inside their half, I would think. It's them in on this near side. Ireland hoist it back towards the penalty area. Given away by Luxembourg. The attempts to play the ball upfield didn't work, but Donnelly was looking for the runner, Hobbrate in the box, and the Vitu true to goal Peter Morris. So it remains 0-0, 29 minutes played. Luxembourg with some better chances. Most notably for Christopher Martins, who that glorious chance a few minutes ago. He's only scored once in his previous 78 caps, and that he hit the goalkeeper with the shot. It swings that step. But to be fair, genuine save by Hazard. Here come Luxembourg again, though, with Darderi. Links to the left-hand side of the box. He played it across. It's a wild lash. On the right-hand side of the box by Olivier Thiel. It's behind for a goal kick, but again, they got behind Northern Ireland. Cover wasn't really there. Thiel was stretching for that lead. Sort of screwed it. See outside of his boot. With two brothers in this squad. There it is, when Sebastian is bench tonight. Century 8 chap, it's this got TV3. Third Peter, Luxembourg and only got 14, so already both far more than Dad. That's so what did it. Why? Conville. Here's McConnell. It's a prize. Roris. It's his right foot. That's a good ball to Bradley. Bradley nets the real estate from him. Spelled up. See you though. Here's Galbraith. It's been thrust backwards though. That's good pressure. Very good pressure from Jans. First, Galbraith back into his own half. Northern Ireland, let's go. Well, that's a Hazard. Clears left-footed, long. Onto a Luxembourg hit, though. It's in the Northern Irish half, with only with Nair. But turns round in a serpent to the Status Bar Cup. Jigalonis, hand side. Taylor Kieran Brown. Nair, nice loose for them. Seized upon one Luxembourg. Here's Darderi. Looking to get a ball in from the left. He can't do so, but he's got Barrero with him, and they've finished the throw. Reduced near side. Luxembourg left, which Jones is coming forward to take. Almost never with the 18-yard area. Sharpie's gonna win backwards towards the downwards and trying that some distance on this throw. Here it comes into the belt here. It's comfortably headed away. Gale in almost the exact same spot that it was thrown in from. So yeah, it's out of another dough, but this time he throws it short. That's it to feet. Receives it again from Darderi. She's good play by Luxembourg. Swung in by Darderi. But cushioned very well by Barrera. Gives Northern Ireland the chance to clear, but not very far. But in Martins went straight to throw on the far side. Luxembourg are in top in this game thereabouts. But no mistake about that. Mervyn Martins, who's seen well the Larry LA boots on, throws it in. Put it back in his direction. He lets it go out for another throw. Steve yards from the corner flag. So, I think as if it might wind up in long one. He was going to run up a slate to throw it in here, but he does so. Throws it towards the centre of the box, but finally just the man to let it away. It's come to Lewis, who's all easy clear. So he won that up to Northern Ireland, and he's outnumbered. Donnelly does get a hit on it though, and Galbraith can play it to the far side, where Lewis slips to a stake down the left. Can't do so. Trying to straddle a technique, and feeling in trouble with them. Ben straddle was happy at the same time, and Lewis has done it's wrong on the far side. Step forward. Away by Northern Ireland, and another throw to Luxembourg. Well, I have to say, that doesn't look like a side that have failed to win a game in this group. Have carried some threat. Well, it's playing with intrinsic confidence to Ben in white. And have it once more in Northern Ireland territory. Chris Martins getting Nelson to the corner flag. So I think the last touches come off him now. Looks behind for a goal kick. Wanted a corner, he wasn't going to get one. He was protesting to the referee, and he's waving him back in the direction of his own goal and telling him to get on with the game. Close but now, more than one bong to this right home touchline. Vincent way ends. But there he tried to get onto it. Just put out for a throw. From the near side, and Downs can take. It'd be about something. Isn't Warren learns. Perhaps we're going to skip it. Strode the ball in now, it's put forward. Luxembourg first to the loose ball again. And in the way by Northern Ireland. But by the visitors once more then. They'll step the ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Guerrero has barged his man, giving away the foul. Before he wants a word with Guerrero. So that's 2 or 3 fouls now. The Benfica man, so I think the referee is probably saying to him, look, none of your fouls are particularly malicious, but you're to signal up, and if he keep doing that, he forced to take on aim. Was out in the far side. Spinotins has gone down. He's Fuji's collided with Karen Brown more than anything. And then says, well, he ran into me, referee. I'm sure big two Bergens are suggesting that maybe he left an arm in there, but sounds would by his side. He was attempting to foul his man. Luxembourg have made more passes in the game than Northern Ireland. Many more that you expected Northern Ireland to have more of the ball tonight, and they haven't so far. Then they come now though with Del Braith. Turns away from the challenge. Gives the bench wherever Conville, and now heading it near to Brown, around up to that far touchline. Price had come back to the ball on his own. Our team was under too much pressure by NationalTeams, so that's hit to Northern Ireland. So opens the path at Bradley. They forward, you think, for fell brace, but was trailed it out by a combination of Carlson and Jans. The halfway line. And Sinani now. It's got Darderi running up outside him. Feeds Darderi across the box, but away by Euro's defence. Jans is onto it. Guerrero puts one in the box. It's over the head of its intended recipient, who was Ollison. And it's sketch 3 to Connor Hazard. Well, they've only got 6.5 minutes to half time. And Luxembourg had the better of it to this point. Can Northern Ireland do something there as they venture into Luxembourg territory? Down the right hand side, cross in first time, headed away. They'll go out for a corner kick. Well, it was a little better. Lions it was, he got down the right. The cross in first time. The defender probably had more time than he thought, but as we did get a shell, Merceau just safely first tapped it. Clear was taken short, now Brayton swung it in. Steadied away by Christopher Martins. It's another header to it. It's not very far away though, and the volley comes in. Flashes wide for a goal kick. It's left up by Price. They couldn't really get rid of that. Didn't Luxembourg. Weiss tried his luck from the edge of the deep. It's very far wide, you know. And I'm not sure that Anthony Morris Stewart was flying wide. It's pulling up for a goal kick. Referee seems to be in conversation with the AOR about something. He's telling them to stop play. So Bundy then looking for a third ball there. For the initial definitely a bit of thin tennis in the ball. Let's see if we can see anything whilst they're at hand. Was there a foul by Martins? Did he go through the back of his man? He was attempting to clear that. If he played Kieran Brown, was Brown in the box? It's very tight to the line indeed. Well, this is a big moment in the game. Martins swung his foot at the ball. Didn't initially realise that he'd made contact with Brown, but he certainly does. Did he get the ball first? That's the question. And is he did me? Is the incident inside the box or out? Well, the referee is going to have a look at the monitor. So this could be that news for Luxembourg. He said that they've had the better of the half so far. It's Christopher Martins who's attempting to clear this ball. Does he go through the back of Kieran Brown? Well, he would have dared to do so. Is Brown inside the box? Yes, he is, because he's right on the line. And the line belongs to the attacker. So I have a feeling this might be a very nasty moment for Christopher Martins. That comes referee over, and he's given a penalty. Well, Christopher Martins' path goes from bad to worse. He's missed the best chance of the game when he was playing through, and now he's given away a penalty for a foul on Kieran Brown. Ronnie Hans goes to speak to the referee. He's not happy about the decision, but the referee is explaining that Martins, in his attempt to clear the ball, went through the back of Kieran Brown, kicked him in the back of the Achilles, and it means Northern Ireland have a penalty. Well, Anthony Morris has been booked for his protestations. He's apoplectic, the Luxembourg goalkeeper. He needs to calm down and think about the penalty that's about to come his way. And somebody has said something on the sideline that they shouldn't have said. So they're going to be booked as well. Maybe it's the assistant coach who's rating the touchline. Anyway, the referee's back in position. And it's going to be Jamie Dawley who's going to take this. You want to see Northern Ireland. Never spent one for Northern Ireland. Perdeel known at Stone for his parent club Tottenham. It's only his 60th. Will which be a first international goal for Jamie Donnelly. Well, he's Liverpool on the spot, so he's got to go back and readjust the position of the ball. Steps back away from it now. Poses himself. Not a very normal runner. It's just to the right of the ball. Chums. Lovely finish. No doubt about that. Sends the goalkeepers all the way. Jamie Donnelly's goal scoring for Northern Ireland is up and running. And the home side have taken the lead. Dare I suggest it, slightly against the run of play. Jamie Donnelly from the penalty spot has made it Northern Ireland 1, Luxembourg 0. Waiting for the goalkeeper to go. Stuck it right in the other corner. Even if Morris had guessed right, I don't think he would have got it. The beautifully played penalty kick. And Jamie Donnelly gets on the board for Northern Ireland. So they lead 1-0. Where in the last minute of the half, there'll be minutes of time added on because of that VAR decision. Belgian official looked at it very carefully and decided it was indeed foul on Kieran Brown. Well, here come Northern Ireland again, looking to stride forwards. They did tackle in the halfway line, though, by Luxembourg. Hervé Martins takes too long, though. He's dispossessed. A touchline. And they're going to bung down the left-hand channel now, but it's too long. We skip all the way through to Morris, who's on the edge of his area. Wongs it out immediately. He's Poret. And the ball up the left touchline. Robin Martins controlled it. Played it inside and lost it. RedLions hoists it forward out on the far side for a throw. Great ragged. 2 minutes of time added on. It's indeed Dan Pewitt that was booked. There's protests. Penalty being awarded. So, one on-field player and one member of staff put there to Luxembourg. The others agreed because they did the better team in this first half and they find themselves trailing. Winner out front, take that ball in. More look to launch another attack. And the referee's missing Don. Yeah, the NorthernIreland has been penalised for a flailing arm, which seems to for Pereira. It's himself up having won the foul. It's Pride to Houston and penalise him. You see him throw an arm back. They'll never made the most of that. Free kick in the centre circle anyway. Touch to Carlson. No RedLions. It's played it at the left-hand touchline. There's Stiganot. Said Irish cover to clear. You bring centre Thiegels. Mr. Carlson, sends it all the way back to Morris. We've got it up 20 seconds of time added on left in this first half. Martins jumps, breaks for Luxembourg, and they get a shot in last for 4. They're 3 men ahead of the ball. Teal neither shot nor played it in pass, and it rolling in ways through to Nazard. I think when he kicks this out of his hands, the half-time whistle shouldn't go, but he doesn't even get a chance to kick it. Well, Northern Ireland lead. It's the 44th made penalty from Jamie Donnelly, given for a foul on Kieran Brown by Christopher Martins, and that Pat Rolder a miserable half the Martins, who missed a great chance earlier on to put Luxembourg ahead. Thwarted by a left-handed stop by for their visit in goal tonight. So plainly pick up Farrell. Raced out of his Darm, blocked it with his left arm. Will learn Van Lilledorf chopped off for offside. Luxembourg were looking the stronger before the penalty. But Northern Ireland have a lead at half-time as they seek momentum to take to the playoffs. Northern Ireland 1, Luxembourg 0. Join us for the second half. Sure. They are, I mean. doing in Marine. And so Pereiro. Throw this back in the Luxembourg back line. Here's Florian Martins. Forward. Tickled deep in Morris. Here's left footed just as he's closed down. Played it to the right hand channel. Bill Price prepared to get chased, but Harshuk does well to cross his back and ship it in onto the dead ball line. He feels that Galbraith was quite physical in trying to reach the ball, but it's just he had to pay much lead through his complaints. So 8 minutes in the second half gone. Look at 1 Luxembourg 0. And it did a problem here for Bradley Lyons, who was sitting down on the pitch, so the physios are on to tend to them. With several players already in this international break to injury, or I say during, I mean, there's some players beforehand who, well, presumably they're back in a reckoning for the playoffs when they come in large. Instead, checking that rehabilitating the match you said, just to see how knows who's on tonight if they affected. So Croatia thought they'd better finish top of the group anyway, so perhaps that explains why they didn't. And sit in Montenegro so far this evening. And as he said, is a bit of treatment and one that over to the sideline. They were for his position, of course, to re-enter the arena playing area. Will Rafty's bringing the ball out to Luxembourg. He turns it square to Carlson. Carlson up to the far side in Jans. Jans further up in line, moves Darderi. The treats once more, and Luxembourg go for your bet. And they create another chance like they did in the first half. So Christopher Martins, you wonder. It was poor, Ingrid will out to that left-hand touchline. Nicely taken in by Darderi. The heavy touch from him then. Alcid went just stiff away from him. The dead ball line for a goal kick. Bradley Lyons can't continue. So D has come off. They've decided not to take any chances with him. So this night is over and Schleid is on in his place. Shoot it to now to Smythe to make his case. He's trying to second cap. It's Chigdons. He's safe since the second spell with Chitya. Took winner with Late Norid. Smythe. Played forward. In the way by Luxembourg. Guerrero dealt it further clear, and now here's a chance for Sanani. It's got Balderi outside him, but Irish boot, I think, from McConville. Get the ball away from Darderi's path. Like what a pack of Luxembourg. Here's Pereiro. Schwedger didn't get into the box. There's the Martins. And then the Irish boot putting the line. Now Galbraith won't ever break out. So men in green. Was passed down the right-hand touchline is partially blocked. Smollett got in front of you. They said we won the free kick. Well, it's a good first impression from Smythe. Capitalised on but when this kick from Owison to get in front of him, and also listen to pulling back. Northern Ireland a free kick. Just a few yards in from the right-hand touchline. 20 yards from the dead ball line. So, piece one in. Left arm right-footed. The old brace, I think, is going to swing it in. Then it comes now to the near post. Yearns Fed was in the way. It's very solid though. Great. That's descended back to the halfway line, however. Ball to the net-hand side doesn't reach Price. And that's a bird come Teal, good Teal. Well, there's Ollison. Next to Till again. Chipped forward. Christopher Martins. We push down to the byline on their side. The Luxembourg right. To Marvin Martins. Here's Ollison. No Barrero. That's good from Luxembourg. They were unlucky. It's been pretty helpless that Northern slot owned himself for a corner. It tipped over into the Northern Ireland box. Rare over to nice dummy from Teal. Of Marvin Martins. And Sinani tried to get onto it. Sinani's planned to take the corner. Luxembourg's first corner of the game. Swimming in from the right. Then it comes to the near post. That dodge more so far post. It's bounced on top of the bar. And from the hole in for a goal kick. It's flicked on by Carlson. Well, he was back. Headling now was fun, is it? I think he was worried it was going to track me. In the back header from Carlson. It hit the top of the crossbar. The bird behind. So Luxembourg led from on the plate so far, but they've in times on a number of occasions. Well, obviously, all that they need is set from goal to be safe here. They've run themselves a free kick on the near side. One for them. For Donnelly, foul by Corey. Chip, they've done 6 tonight. Gives to Boza. With stiffly goal scorers as well. In West South 12 Sochik. 6-0. Particular encounter. 4 Edgton boxed that last challenge as well, so to be careful in the rest of the game. Donnelly to swim a free kick in from the left. Fitted to install, but over the bar. Was rising. Up and off the header for Thornville. To run back to his defensive position. Then written itself. Albeit to Luxembourg. Post plays him out to the left-hand side. Guerrero. Leads the ball backwards. Hull shooting the bring it forward. Well, that's a pointable back to Guerrero. And that's no chance at all. Guerrero's only 5 yards from him. I mean, up to 4 yards in front of him. And massively overdid it. Oh. Anyway, first side again. Throw to Luxembourg by Messi occasion, just inside the half. Well, the odds are showing side. Tried to see Guerrero. Tim's thrower. Sinani wins there. The Martins. There it's worked his near side and we had the A2. It's live out to Morris. He gets it into his left foot. He fires it forward. One. And sort of headed. And even, yeah. It's a bird thumb again. They've had plenty of the bay. They're always pulling off with it, but in the game here, what I meant for Luxembourg, they've still had more possession in Northern Ireland in the match, actually. 62 to 48. 68 minutes play on professional live audio call through service. 1-1 Luxembourg 0. It was Corret. He pursued by Donnelly. Near side touchline. Marvin Martins. Taking it to Barrero. Barrero goes left to Palsy. Carlson to Jens. I'm trying to assume that's more. Harrow now playing in a very deep position. And most as if he's the one sort of winding me done to fire the ball forward. Hooked forward again by Luxembourg, but under the sort of paddy good there. Back into the Luxembourg path. Loose too much slow to a walking pace at this point. So it pour it. That's over there. Just trying to sweep up into the far side, and Derry. And not much shots reaching that. And snip trying this, so it made a jump. It couldn't play either. Just came up towards the hour. And the other one, Luxembourg 0. We played short. Trying to stay the hand touchline to Northern Ireland. Devlin, Demons, it's right, but I'm halfway. There's it seen it, and the odds of the two villains. They recall reached that 1/3 stone, and that in possession, Dale Braith. He's hit back line of Northern Ireland, then Hoppy Hazard. Let's busy in this second half. Rayon Smith seeing what finds Donnelly and Ivy to gather the ball in. So Carlson has it. Well, and Spigoris. Back with Martins. It's Christopher Martins on the halfway line. It's touched to Sal Brown. This series of foulers. This one on the defender that they'd wait a penalty in the first half. So it separates the sides. Johnny Donnelly's penalty. The 74th minute, the first half. He's at the ball in the net. We saw that and it was deemed offside. Martins and all this with the chances for Luxembourg. Not been offside by any means. Nathan Galbraith from the free kick. Skip Scherner is free to start deeper Boris. Hinkman put it down by the penalty spot and just played out short to Barrero. Barrero to Jans, back to Boris again. Boris chips it forward this time. Taken in by Luxembourg. There's good play and taken late by Galbraith. Which wins a free kick. Close to the halfway line. Jans walked down by Galbraith, who was just smoking at the cross. Alright, see the ducks had left, as it were. So for a tick, shoot at the halfway line. To Luxembourg. And let's Northern Ireland get the second goal. This is going to be only penalties until the end, I think. It's the lead from Luxembourg. Coming up in the far side, it's Roach at the visitors. But it's gone through with poorly flag, and like that side, and that's a good length. To fashion an opportunity, really, Nipman. I think that, which was headed into the top of the bar. Work really created a lot in this second half. Certainly built in open play for it. Spurns it left. To Carlson. Wasn't to Jans. There he tries to round his man on that left touchline. Didn't see it. When Seals in Luxembourg, it's a bit tennis. Where gets a touch. Spotted past Stoke. Luxembourg. Till retrieves it though. That's it to Corret. Also again, Schultz halfway. Miss Earboats on the halfway line. Carlson lets wall in the centre circle. So wish people cross there with the Martinston onto it. Similani's found himself in the left back position now. Having completed that's up. Managed to find his goalkeeper. It is Olescu. So jumps down half. So needs a right to Poret. Poret. The white to Sinani. The lines from Sinani. Joseph did his man again. Olesen gets ahead of the ball though. Warndown with a chance to break. Sweep him with Seward. away by Jans, but sending by them. Pass comes over the halfway line once more. Just to the Martins, out to Darderi. Can he run up at Fonville this time? No, he uses Martins to the left of the penalty area. And Martins isn't strong enough. Wave the ball away. Fight to win it back. The forward by Northern Ireland to the halfway line. Volleyed that into Irish territory. Messy period of play this. He's Jans once more striding forward. The Luxembourg captain, he's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac though. Hirsch Gerrans his kill, however. Snarly has it on the far side. Under pressure through Spive. That's an halfway line. Here's Corret. Corret to Honest. To the left-hand side once more. Got there, he chance to run it Devlin. Devlin does well. Comes back though to Jans, who swings it in to the far post. Good left across. Thief by Teal. But into the hands of Hazard, who was well positioned at his near post. Teal did well actually. He on the wide to the far post. Waited, having crossed the goal first time. They needed somebody coming in at the near post to try and finish that off. There was no deep close enough to Vezza to put them under any pressure. Here's Jamal Lewis now. Was it Price? He's been quiet in this second half. So I don't see outside of his foot there, but maybe it's not ready at all. The Luxembourg ready to go out for a goal kick. There's 66 minutes on the clock here on the Flash all night. Going to be a called free service for the Flash Warrior. Who we're about to get some substitutions. There's at this moment. Let's see Josh Madenis come into the fray, and Callum Marshall. Jamie Donnelly's night is done. His penalty separates the sides. So, tricking changes really. Meaning with Conyers, the other ones have come off. The Northern Ireland. Luxembourg turning making double change at this moment. So, Helen Marshall is on for his 17th cap. He's had to play two first team games for West Ham. Not Wennerson's come off Luxembourg. Barrera's come on in this place. Now Ducinovic it's the other Luxembourg man to come on. Different smell that mate, we wonder. There is Isaac Price for Northern Ireland following the restart. Now this left-hand side's a full ball in field. Luxembourg have picked it up. Christopher Martins. Up to Sadani. He's got a man on the overland. Chris Margaret Martins. He can pin the ball across. Well, he attempted to do so. It's string challenge to put the ball out. For a corner. Good strong tackle by Kira Brown. Needed to be so look it behind. It's going to be Luxembourg corner. One down quietly. Into the Belfast night, that's for sure. In comes the corner to the near post. Dead to the way, comes out to the edge of the area. Tends to drive it back in. Well, Ireland in based. Now take the counter attack. There were enough Luxembourg bodies far enough back to hold that position. Morris launched along the forward, bend away by Northern Ireland. To Morris once more. And let's try to close it down and do so. Morrison sprints to this near touchline. Bowman Martins. Sivani now. He's from Eldon and right inside. tip home for it. In red to Hensley Morris once more. What an out of this game. We were created as much in the second half as they did in the first. None out of it by any means. This guy through months now. So out to Maryland side, he's received it back he did. She both had more chance in Northern Ireland to 5. So Bush on the far side. She a free kick to Northern Ireland. Pavdicevic, didn't he pass on that occasion? Pavdicevic. So it's a free kick. Taken by front of Hazard. Sneak like his own penalty area. Sit forward left footed. And Delagan to get the second goal, which would surely put this game to bed. Into Luxembourg, front side. To Carlson. Corey. Mo Martins. Being closed out rapidly by Price. Still 11 to his goalkeeper. Marshall close in on Hensley Morris, and so it's enough to his right. There's things like Christopher Martins. He's chested it down. Should well pick up the nice ball. While Martins flips it forward. There's an Northern Ireland player down, and where he is calling for the physios. Kieran Brown's got a whack on the head. So, well, he's not exactly sitting up, but he's lying flat on his back either. So, certainly conscious as the rain comes down at Windsor Park. Stuna, Sydney been on it and elsewhere. Germany have got a 6th goal. They're then against Slovakia, who has got that. The Netherlands have gone cold crazy in the second half. They not only Lithuania but 4 goals to 0. Perdepo, Shabby Simons, and Donio Mao on 3 Premier League players have added to Charlie Riders on in the first half. So 2 players trying to deploy their trade in the Premier League. Thinking the Netherlands to a handsome win there. I'll set that route. Slight to think that Poland leader in home to by 2 goals to 1. Robert Lewandowski among those on the score sheet there. Croatia have equalised in Montenegro, in fact, as well for Jakic. It's 2-2. You know, they were 2-0 down Croatia up to 17 minutes in that match. And the way here with 18 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Policy. Some Tuma Corey. Alright. To outside and Youngs. Runs exchanges passes. And the upside diagonal to Archie. Warren. Square to Carlson, let's more. That's the halfway line. That's ball touch to Barrero. We run Ireland. Keep possessing the ball back to Luxembourg though. Morris to the far side in Paulson. Sent to Barrero, who's on the fierce pressure from Devlin. The too fierce a pressure. It's Devlin's given away a free kick. Barrero throws it forward about 10 yards, which Devlin points out to the referee that he's done. Barrero takes it from that position anyway. Ignores the referee. And Luxembourg are underway again. Where's Palsy? Watts did it move on the left-hand side. So, well, I thought that was going to be dangerous. Gustav Martins to the touch as he tried to play it to Jens, who was on the overlap. So it's out his throat, on right, the blue bunch left there, 18-yard area. Far side to the right. White throws the ball in. Played all the way back by Luxembourg to Morris, who has it more than left-footed. But then gets a net on it. Prays it up towards the halfway line. Absolutely put it back though. Still having more of the possession, Luxembourg. Pushing it till they do anything with it. They're not. Strong challenge did the bit still by Northern Ireland. Hitting the ball back. Go back to Hazard, who loose it short for Kieran Brittle. It's near touchline, and Jamal Lewis. Marvin Martin's got his body between Lewis and the ball, and the judge to have pushed him. Just Martin Martin's lost the pace with this. They're on the W before him, they've been nothing's threatening down that left hand side. Arrow to Carlson now. Now to Morris. 15 minutes to play here at Winter Park, Belfast. 1-1 Luxembourg now. Not safe, Northern Ireland, by any means. It's a dead rubber anyway, but they don't want to win it. Fleetwood tidies up. Miss Kira. Halfway line, Marsh contests the ball, but loses out to Poirier. He wins it from Borrero. A bit of free kick. It's inside their own half. Red's going to leave it. It's just sitting White at the centre circle. Ferroni says it's not quite in the right place. So he said that picks it up, puts it down in exactly the same place, and nice ball anyway. Skip forward by Northern Ireland. I'd feel right. They'll brace. It's been a more Sid for area. But here's White-sided position in the first half. Substitutions have probably hated that. On the ball with the red cloth, Penny but then Brown as Price lost the outside to it. Dennis, we've not seen much of him. Forster sprays one out to the right, him touchline. Slides through the thing with the defender's been. It's Nixon to get round the back of Jans, but doesn't succeed. The experienced Luxembourg skipper defended that well. Guerrero's now fouled by Smile as he was into the back of him. Dig. 20 yards from their own big ball line. So, Luxembourg. Six yards in from lead far touchline. Stood footed. Ansu Boris. Strong header. Northern Ireland, who had back in position again. Shuts out in direction, but Dennis, he'll chase it and win it. Well, the veteran striker. There's a baptised at Price, who's riding forward. Get run by Price. He's to the edge of the penalty area. Intervention from Martin Martins, and now Luxembourg way spring forward. Plenty forward here. They managed to storm the mid-line. No. Shot and come in for distance is blocked. The players behind the ball. Till was swinging in regardless, but he's overhit it. Looks good well on the far side, and the flank done up anyway. Foul by Sinani. There was a glimmer of a chance there for a moment. Pervjusevic was blatantly in on the left-hand side. Two up with it, that is film two for a moment. Made the most of it. So another substitution. Obviously, Edvin Maretovic come into the fray. So Luxembourg. And come on, next time the ball goes out of play, I think. the 28-year-old forward. Is this the most for point Poland? Who's been stopped through the collision between Galbraith and Barrero. Braith self-heavily. It's Alec Barrero. Who went over the top of him and on the shoulder. Teal is the man who's given way for Muratovic. So there's 10.5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Can Luxembourg find a goal? And 2 in their last 9 away trips. 2 in 10 if they blank again here. It just reading the second half, so doing the first. Just saying that. And Denallen's linked fairly well. Oh, there's a chance though. When looking side of Northern Ireland here. Well, McConville has been penalised. The yellow card is out to the defender. Well, Darderi was running through. But Conville put an arm on his shoulder. Didn't make the most of it. Conville is booked. I think that's the right decision. Is the gives Luxembourg a free kick. It's a free kick. Still do look how far outside the area this is. The referees moved the free kick back a yard or two. So it's between the left edge and the left edge of D. Imagine it's put the meeting 38, 29 yards. Simone is over it. Chilinti forward for Luxembourg. She he didn't put the ball into the penalty area. Also Brown now getting a lecture from referee Tungver for a little bit of argy-bargy on the edge of the box. And they'll eventually get this free kick taken. 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Solani's left foot. Well, he went for goal. Well, that's a complete waste. What a shocker that is. She's a rare occasion when you've got 7 or 8 players forward and then try and play over the wall and into the far corner. You miss it by about 6 or 7 yards. And all those players that have tricked forward have got to fruit back again. Jamel Lewis has come off in the meantime. Saw Northern Ireland, which has who's come on in instead. It's Kelly. When Trovon at his place. Kelly is on the remainder of this game. Kelly, his 13th cap, played forward by Luxembourg. Up to Sidovic by the dead ball line. What will the referee give there? He's given a dog hit, I think. Sidovic still bit as a corner. Up and down by the dead ball line with Smythe. Well, I think the last touch probably did come off at the Sidovic in the end. Rip off Smythe, back onto Ducinovic. And it was given as a goal kick, more than likely. So, goal kick for Hazard. Shooting appointment in the second half. Forward left footed. Over the halfway line. Flicked on by McGuinness, but Morero's not onto it. Had the pressure though. It comes to the halfway line. Christopher Martin surges forward. Run this. Edgy crowded out. Solani felt it onto it. Price runs it forward. Lays it into the channel. Did play by Northern Ireland. McGuinness ran the channel well as well. Gives a thumbs up to Price. On the throw deep in Luxembourg territory. It's just the hard they want to play in. As the clock tips down. Ewan Brown comes forward. Seminole very wet ball on the inside of his shirt. 6 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. It's in the prepares to bitch one into the box from this near side touchline. In it comes, it's a long one. One player misses his kick. Murphy tries to get onto it. Forward Shadell friend. Luxembourg ball away. Usually at halfway. A little bit of afters between Zanani and one of the Northern Ireland players. Referee has stopped the car now. Zanani's going to be booked for his actions in that incident. But he's sitting with the VAR. We'll have a little look at that. His name was keep it of I think Smythe initially fells Zanani. What looked at his arm. Zanani gets up and shoves Smythe back onto the floor. With a little bit of his shoulder and his knee. Rico decides that he not advanced enough. Would be correct. It's a free kick to Northern Ireland. In the centre circle. In Luxembourg territory. Then they get the second goal, which would clinch victory in Belgrade. One on the loft is going to take it. Footed, he sends it more square to Price. Price to Devlin on this near touchline. Devlin tries to swing the ball in. It takes a flip. And Farvin Martins and goes behind for a corner. To Northern Ireland. He's done quite well since he came on. So Kovetnik, which Galbraith and take left-footed. Fifth corner of the night for Northern Ireland. So left-footed. Sorry, a right-footed Insweeder is coming here. And it comes into the centre of the box. Then it up the near. Whistle's done anyway. Albon Marshall, I think. Chester's innocent, but thought he's not impressed. It's, I think, shot under the goalkeeper as the free kick is coming in. Arvid Martins comes off. Luxembourg. Nolan Zogovic is the man who's going to take his place for the last few minutes of this one. Have Northern Ireland see it out. Luxembourg find a rare goal on the road. This plays it back into the that position. Smothers give a ball forward. To Bird. With it back again. From Delhi. For a very long leg. Here are Northern Ireland once more. With Price under pressure. Some Luxembourg players. Luxembourg emerge with the ball. Guerrero. Not Jans, who could destroy it over the halfway line. So winning rather forward is Jans. That's a poor cross. Had Ducinovic. That's one thing. One thing cross. Is that foot. Sails over the bar. The goal kick. Don't shoot it. Just shakes his head. You have to admire these by end of Luxembourg fans who've travelled to Belfast for this one. They don't get a lot of joy on the road. Seeing their side scoring the goals. So many club supporters. True to you there. In Luxembourg's race, past majority of the time sin. But he's still there. Cheering on their team. Who's the ends? Yeah, still gets a reward from this game, but they're running out of time. Minute go off plus stoppage time. Yeah, it means the ball leaks the middle. And Stripper Railroad. To it though. Yeah. Norton looked to clear. Foisted a little bit of thing with Morris is out. Doesn't do very well with it. It's point back towards the penalty area. Morris is able to catch it. Morris tried to catch him in by letting him straight back in. Morris replied his recovered his steps just sufficiently to grab the ball when it came through. So Luxembourg still in the contest. Here's Jans running forward once more. Running out to the left touchline. Left Jusidovic. Can he get a better ball in? Well, he did. Then they get a shot in on the turn. It's ending. Very good descending by Condell. Middle line, they distracted the old pig. Could have been dangerous there. Jusidovic got a much better ball in on that occasion. And Muratovic always managed to turn his man and get in there. McCondell did enough to put him off. Seeing that Ethelton was a price event after Morris's errant clearance to slip off McGinnis, whether that helped or hindered on but what do you say? Well, scored from Hazard. It's worded up by Luxembourg back to Morris. And there's some place to the halfway line. Jusidovic. There's a long ball too. He was looking for Muratovic, didn't find him, and stretched at last. And Morris is from right out of his goal again. Marshall put in the cross. He covering by Corey. Here's his goalkeeper out of trouble. His goalkeeper wouldn't walk about there. Be trying to get the ball back for Luxembourg. His time's running out. We're into 5 minutes of time added on. We played one. Down stretched. Jans has it. That's a Barrero. I think they deliver a telling ball where he's played a ball square, which isn't particularly threatening. So Marani's attempt in the floor is half blocked. On the turn from Jusidovic. Enough behind that. Easily gathered. Or has it? Just it down, spun well. Did Jusidovic, but gets it cleanly. Does it clear into the head of Corey. A card for Pazzi with something. Perhaps delaying the restart, maybe taking too long. Mother yellow card is out as well. Sure, then that's getting shown to. There, it would seem. Challenge on Morero on both way. And that was a wild one from Ridden. Gets a booking to the halfway line. Wait by McNair. And Northern Ireland are almost cut him there. 2.5 minutes to go. Spread out to that left-hand side again, though. Yep, Jusidovic will touch it. There by the byline. Simply stood down in the pots. The referee is penalised Luxembourg and given a free kick. Somebody said something out of turn. So somebody else is in the book now. Goodness me. These referees could have some writing today. Thomas de Souza, that was one of the second hour substitutes. So, de Souza Barrera. So, Doning's in the book. Well, it's going to have some admin to attend to for it's over. Morning, he's so giving out cards like confetti. In the second half, it's not Christmas yet, you know. Here's Northern Ireland with a chance to sew it up. Way to Price dinks it towards goal. It's always clearing the bar. Watching a replay and Northern Ireland broke forward. Just as the passes to Price, in fairness. to kind of fit the thing from behind him. It's rotating elevation. Billy stealth those at mid forward. Away by Luxembourg. Barrero. Sinali. He's it out to the top towards Maretovic. Here's Barrero having a shot, but it wouldn't sit down for him. Sails over the top of the bar. Is that the last chance? A minute to go. Fadiv waited for it to drop and then lower. Challenger was about to come in. Mobin seems had to get the shot off. Both sides have had 3 shots on target tonight. It looks like the one from 12 yards from the spot from JD Donnelly in the first half is going to be the decisive one. Luxembourg haven't really threatened the goal sufficiently in the second half to retrieve a draw. Final seconds there, thrown halfway. Devlin throws it forward. Dennis heads it in field. To wait by Barrero. The Martins, who missed that really big chance in the first half. Is there time for one more chance? Fowles and Poets sit forward. Williams Baratovic, headed away by Northern Ireland. Christopher Martins. Then they get one more ball in. This Sinani swings it towards the far side. When it broke for Barrero. Did he get pushed over? Well, the referee says no penalty. There's a real scramble in there. Shot comes in. Another shot comes in from Corey. He goes down on the challenge. What's the referee giving here? Has he won the whistle? Young still wants a penalty for the challenge on Barrero. Referee sends everyone away. Maybe he's listening to VAR. Well, I think that's a penalty. I have to say, I think Barrero is pushed over from behind by Kelly. I think that's a penalty, clear as day. I think they'll be very unlucky if they don't do that. Well, the referee says it's not a penalty. Another player is booked for their protests. Barrero himself. Boy, I find that astonishing. That should have been a penalty. Well, the final wishing spell in the midst of all that. White Neil has got his win. Wasn't the tidiest or the most convincing of wins. Came from Jamie Donnelly's first half penalty after he had a goal out for offside. All also went close through, Price on a couple of occasions. Luxembourg had their chances though. Christopher Martins risked a really good chance at 0-0 where he was denied by the left hand of Conor Izzard. And in the second half, Carlson flicked a header into the top of the bar. And the visitors were denied a penalty deep in stoppage time. So what looked like a push by Kelly on Barrero, which, astonishingly, the AR didn't get involved in and they didn't award. For me, I think that's a nonsense, quite frankly. But what do I know about football? One Ireland have got their Reynolds boosting win. Luxembourg done through a World Cup qualifying campaign without a win for the first time since 2006. On to the playoffs. The Michael O'Neill's men, they'll find out who they're going to play in the draw on Thursday. That'll come up in March. But for now, Northern Ireland 1, Luxembourg 0. Thanks for enjoying it with us. See. Arrow. Throw this back in the Luxembourg back line. Here's Ryan Martins. Forward. Tickled deep in Morris. Here's the footage just as he's closed down. Played it to the right hand channel. Bill Price prepared to get chased, but Harshuk does well to and crops his back and shipping it onto the dead ball line. He feels that Galbraith was quite physical in trying to reach the ball, but it's just he had to pay much lead through his twin plates. So 8 minutes in the second half gone. Look, 1 Luxembourg 0. And it did have a problem here for RedLions, who was sitting down on the pitch, so the physios are on to tend to them. With several players already in this international break to injury, or I say during, I mean, there's some players beforehand who, well, presumably they left in a reckoning for the playoffs when they come in large. It's chipping that rehabilitating the match of that, just to see how those results tonight, if they affect it. So Croatia thought they'd better finish top of the group anyway, so perhaps that explains why they didn't. And sit in Montenegro so far this evening. And obviously said his bit of treatment and won that over to the sideline on the referee's position, of course, to enter the arena playing area. Will wrapped his green ball out to Luxembourg. He turns it square to Carlsen. Carlsen up to the far side in Jans. Jans further up the line towards Darderi. A treat once more, and Luxembourg go for your bet. And they create another chance like they did in the first half. So Christopher Martins, you wonder. It was poor, Ed. Ingrid all out to that left-hand touchline. Nicely taken in by Darderi. The heavy touch from him then. Alcid went just stiff away from him. The dead ball line for a goal kick. RedLions can't continue. So Lee has come off. They've decided not to take any chances with him. So this night is over, and Slide is on in his place. Shoot it to now to Smythe to make his case. He's trying to second cap. It's Chigdons. He's safe since the second spell with Chitya. Took winner with Late Norid. Smythe played forward. In the way by Luxembourg. Guerrero dealt it further clear, and now here's a chance for Sinani. It's got Balderi outside him, but Irish boot, I think, from McConville. Get the ball away from Darderi's path. Like what a pack of Luxembourg. There's Guerrero. Tried to dink it into the box. There's the Martins. And then the Irish boot putting the line. Now Galbraith won't ever break out. So men in green. Was passed down the right-hand touchline, is partially blocked. Smollett got in front of you. They said we won the free kick. Well, it's a good first impression from Smythe. Kept lights on wing, but when this kick from Ellison to get in front of him, and also listen to pulling back. Northern Ireland a free kick. Just a few yards in from the right-hand touchline. 20 yards from the dead ball line. So, piece one in. Left arm right-footed. The old brace, I think, is going to swing it in. Then it comes now to the near post. The Earns. Fed was in the way. It's very solid, though. Great. That's descended back to the halfway line, however. Ball to the left-hand side doesn't reach Price. And that's a bird come seal, good teal. Well, there's Ollison. Next to Till again. Shipped forward. Christopher Martins. We're pushed down to the byline on this their side. That's about right. To Bobby Martins. Here's Ollison. No Barrero. That's good from Luxembourg, they were unlucky. He's been put out with the Northern Irish foot on himself for a corner. It tipped over into the Northern Ireland box. Rare over to nice dummy from Teal of Marmy Martins. And Sinani tried to get onto it. Sinani's plan to take the corner. Luxembourg's first corner again. Swimming in from the right. Then it comes to the near post. That dodge more so far post. It's bounced on top of the bar. And from the hole in for a goal kick. It's flicked on by Carlson. Well, he was back. Pedaling now was fun, is it? I think he was worried it was going to track me. In the back header from Carlson. It hit the top of the crossbar. The bird behind. So Luxembourg led from on the plate so far, but they've been close on a number of occasions. Well, obviously, all that they need to set from goal to be safe here. They've won themselves a free kick on the near side. One for them. For Donnelly, fouled by Corey. Chip has done 6 tonight. Gives to Boza. With stiffly goal scorers as well. In West South 12 Sochi. 6-0. Particular encounter. 4 Edgton booked that last challenge as well, so to be careful in the rest of the game. Donnelly to swim a free kick in from the left. Fitted to install, but over the bar. Was rising. Up and off the head of Thornville. To run back to his defensive position. Then written itself. Albeit to Luxembourg. Post squeezing out to the left-hand side. Rero leads the ball backwards. Hull shooting the bring it forward. Well, that's pointable back to Ferrero. And that's no chance at all. Ferrero's only 5 yards from him. I mean, up to 4 yards in front of him. And massively overdid it. Oh. Anyway, first side again. Throw to Luxembourg by Messi occasion, just inside the half. Well, the odds are showing side. Tried to see Barrero. Tim's thrower. Sinani wins there. Split Martins. There it's worked his near side and near the A2. He live back to Morris. He gets it into his left foot. He fires it forward. One. And sort of headed. And even. Yeah. It's a bird thumb again. They've had plenty of the bay. They're always pulling off with it, but in the day here, what I meant from Luxembourg, they still have more possession in Northern Ireland in the match, actually. 62-48. 68 minutes play on professional live audio call through service. 1-1 Luxembourg 0. It was Corret. He pursued by Donnelly. Near side touchline. Marley Martins. Taking it to Barrero. Barrero goes left to Palsy. Carlson to Jens. And trying to assume it's more. Barrero now playing in a very deep position. And most as if he's the one sort of winding me done to fire the ball forward. Hooked forward again by Luxembourg, but comes with his sort of paddy good there. Back into the Luxembourg path. There's too much slow to a walking pace at this point. So it Poret. That's over there. Just trying to sweep up into the far side and Derry. And not much shots reaching red. And snip turn this, so it made it jump. It couldn't play either. King up towards the hour. And the 1-1 Luxembourg 0. We played short. try and straight the hand touchline to Northern Ireland. Devlin, Demons, it's throw, but I'm halfway. There's it seen it, only odds of the two villains. Theory can't reach that 1/3 stone, and that in possession, Del Braith. He's it back line of Northern Ireland, then Hoppy Hazard. Let's busy in this second half. Rayon Smith seeing what finds Donnelly not able to gather the ball in. So Carlson has it. Well, and Spigoris. Back with Martins. It's Christopher Martins on the halfway line. It's touched to Sal Brown. This series of foulers. This one on the defender that they waited penalty in the first half. That's what separates the sides. Jamie Donnelly's penalty. In the 74th minute, the first half. He's at the ball in the net. We saw that and it was deemed offside. Martins and all this with the chances for Luxembourg. Not been outplayed by any means. There's Galbraith from the free kick. Sure, it's free to Dita Boris. Hinkman put it down by the penalty spot and just played out short to Barrero. Barrero to Jans, back to Boris again. Boris chips it forward this time. Taken in by Luxembourg. There's good play and taken late by Galbraith. Which wins a free kick. Close to the halfway line. Jans walked down by Galbraith, who was just moving at the cross. I have to see the ducks had left, as it were. So for a tick, shoot at the halfway line to Luxembourg. And that's Northern Ireland to the second goal. This is going to be only penalties until the end, I think. It's the lead from Luxembourg. Coming up in the far side, it's approach at the visitors. But it's gone through with pointed flag and went flat side, and that's a good length to fashion an opportunity, really, Nipman. I think that which was headed into the top of the bar. Work where he created a lot in this second half. Certainly built in open play for it. Spurns it left to Carlson. Listen to Jans. There he tries to round his man and that left touchline. Didn't see it. When Silver from Luxembourg, it's a bit tennis. Where gets a touch. Slotted past Stoke. Luxembourg. Till retrieves it though. It's a Corret. Also again, Schultz has way. It's both on the halfway line. Carlson led Wall in the centre circle. So wish people cross there, but Martins didn't onto it. Similani's found himself in the left back position now. Having from David, that's up. I wish to find his goalkeeper. It is Oleshi. So jumps down half. So needs a right to Poret. Poret. Further white to Sinani. The lines of Sinani. Joseph Libby's man again. Ollison gets ahead of the ball though. Warren down with a chance to break. Sweeping with Seward. Away by Jans, but sending by then. Pass comes over the halfway line, that's why. Just to the Martins, out to Darderi. Can he run up at Fondell this time? No, he uses Martins to the left of the penalty area. And Martins isn't strong enough. Wave the ball away. Fight to win it back. The forward by Northern Ireland to the halfway line. Volleyed that into territory. Messy period of play this. He's Jens once more striding forward. The Luxembourg captain, he's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac though. Hirsch Gerrans his kill, however. Snarly has it on the far side. Some pressure through 5. That's an half white line. Who's Corret? Alright. To Honest. To the left-hand side once more. Got there, he chance to run it Devlin. Devlin does well. Comes back though to Jans, who swings it into the far post. Left across. Thief by Teal. But into the hands of Hazard, who was well positioned at his near post. Teal did well actually. He on the wide of the far post. Waited, having crossed the goal first time. They needed somebody coming in at the near post to try and finish that off. There was no deep close enough to Vezza to put them under any pressure. Here's Jamal Lewis now. Was it Price? He's been quiet in this second half. So I don't want to see outside of his foot there, but maybe it's not ready at all. They're watching the ready go out for a goal kick. Nearly 66 minutes on the clock here on the Flash 09 from your called free service for the Flash Warrior. Who we're about to get some substitutions. There's at this moment. Let's see Josh Madenis come into the Brian Callum Marshall. Jamie Donnelly's night is done. His penalty separates the sides. So, tricking changes really. Mainly with Conley, the other ones have come off. The Northern Ireland. Luxembourg turning making double change at this moment. So, Helen Marshall is on for his 17th cap. Oh, you're going to, he's had to play 2 first team games for West Ham. Well, Wonderson's come off Luxembourg. Barrera's come on in this place. Now, Ducinovic it's the other Luxembourg man to come on. Different smell that might, we wonder. There is Isaac Price for Northern Ireland following the restart. Now this left-hand side's a full ball in field. Luxembourg have picked it up. For Martins. Onto Sedani. He's got a man on the overland. For his Margaret Martins. He can pen the ball across. Well, he attempted to do so. It's string challenge to put the ball out. For a corner. Good strong tackle by Kira Brown. Needed to be so look it behind. It's going to be Luxembourg corner. One down quietly. Into the Belfast night, that's for sure. In comes the corner to the near post. Dead to the way, comes out to the edge of the area. Tends to drive it back in. Well, Ireland in-based. Now take the counter-attack. There were enough Luxembourg bodies far enough back to move that position. Morris launched along the forward, bend away by Northern Ireland. To Morris once more. And let's try to close it down and do so. Morrison sprints to this near touchline. Bowman Martins. Sugami now. He's from Eldon the right hand side. Tip home for it. Been red to Hensley Morris once more. Third. What an out of this game. We were created as much in the second half as they did in the first. None out of it by any means. This guy through months now. So that's about inside. He's since it back he did. She both had more chance in Northern Ireland. It's a 5. So Bush on the far side. She a free kick to Northern Ireland. Pavdicevic. Didn't he pass on that occasion? Klimina Jusevic. So it's a free kick. Taken wide in front of Hazard. Sneak like his own penalty area. Forward left footed. And they're able to get the second goal, which would surely put this game to bed. Into Luxembourg, front side. To Carlson. Corey. Mo Martins. Being closed out rapidly by Price. Still a minute to his goalkeeper. Marshall close in on Nancy Morris, and so it's enough to his right. There's a things like Christopher Martins. He's chested it down. Should well pick up the nice ball. While Martins flips it forward. There's an All-Ireland player down, and where he is calling for the physios. Kieran Brown's got a whack on the head. So, well, he's not exactly sitting up, but he's lying flat on his back either. So, certainly conscious as the rain comes down at Windsor Park. Stuna, Sibubin on it and elsewhere. Germany have got a 6th goal. They're then against Slovakia, who has got that. The Netherlands have gone cold crazy in the second half. They not only Lithuania but Thorvald's 2-0. Perdidepo, Shabby Simons, and Donio Mal on 3 Premier League players. They've added to Charlie Riders on in the first half, so 2 players trying to deploy in their trade in the Premier League. Thinking the Netherlands to a handsome win there. I'll set that route. Despite the fact that Poland are leader in home to by 2 goals to 1. Robert Lewandowski among those on the score sheet there. Croatia have equalised in Montenegro, in fact, as well for Jakic. It's 2-2. You know, they were 2-0 down Croatia after 17 minutes in that match. But the wait here with 18 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Policy. Some 2 Corey. Alright. 2 outside and Youngs. Runs exchanges passes. And the upside diagonal to